10 Roblox tips you should know. Some of these tips will be helpful in game and some on the website, but you probably don't know all of them. So the first tip is holding the minimize button in game. So what this does is it allows you to float in game, and it's pretty cool. So I just have to hover over the minimize button and then jump. And as you can see, I just float right there. And I'll keep floating there until I let go of the minimize button. And it's pretty helpful because in some games you might need to use it for something. So it's pretty cool and it's a nice little trick to show off. The next tip is being able to see your FPS in game. So you can press Shift F5 and then in the corner right there, it will show you your FPS and a couple other things. The most important part is the FPS. So if you're lagging or something, you can see what your FPS is. But the problem is Roblox will always cap your FPS at 60 no matter how powerful your computer is. So you can have the most expensive graphics card and it's gonna still cap at 60, which is pretty annoying, which is why the next tip is using an FPS unlocker. So FPS unlockers make Roblox way more smooth. So you can go from 60 FPS all the way into the hundreds, and it can go even higher than that if the game doesn't have much stuff in it. So I've even seen it at like 500. It just makes the games look way more smooth. Like you can see this comparison right here. It's a huge difference. So if you're not using an FPS unlocker yet, you should definitely do that. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to get an FPS unlocker. The next tip is using Chrome extensions for Roblox. So right now I'm using BT Roblox and it has all of these settings right here, and it has even more than just that. So it's a really good extension and it's completely free. So you can just go on the Chrome web store, look up BT Roblox. It should have like 2 million users. So you should definitely go get that on the Chrome web store. And some other browsers also have it, so you can just look up BT Roblox. There are a lot of different settings here and it helps like crazy. It makes your website look way better. So I'd highly suggest getting BT Roblox. The next tip is premium payouts. This is a life-changing tip if you actually use this. I've made 200,000 Robux just from premium payouts alone. And yeah, it's basically just free Robux. So you just have to get premium players to join your Roblox game, and then they just have to stay in your game for a while, and eventually you'll start getting premium payouts. I actually made a whole video talking about premium payouts, so if you want to learn more about it, you can watch this after the video ends. The next tip is inviting friends through this little menu right here. So you just press escape, click invite friends to join, and you're pretty much able to invite any person on your friends list to join your game. So it's a lot easier than just sending people the link and stuff. You can just click invite, you'll send them a Roblox chat message with a little join button for them to join the game, and it's a lot easier than actually having to like send them the actual link and stuff. The next tip is whispering in game. So what you're able to do is actually whisper to people, and then other people won't be able to see your chats. So all you have to do is type /w space and then just any part of their username. So I'm just gonna whisper to this broken stacks guy. You just have to type part of their name and you're able to say whatever you want. So I just said hi, and nobody else will be able to see that I said hi to him. Only he will be able to see that. So it's actually really helpful if you're like talking to a friend or something. And you can also just click on somebody's username. And yeah, it's pretty helpful if you're like playing with friends and you don't want other people seeing your chats. The next tip is pinning hats on your profile. So this is another very cool feature on Roblox. And by the way, if you're wondering how I got this profile, it's because of BT Roblox. But anyways, as you can see over here, collections, I have all of these cool collections. And the cool part about pinning items is that like you don't actually have to own these items for it to stay on your profile. So like for example, Black Valk, I don't even own this and I still have it pinned, which is pretty cool. You do have to actually get the item though, so you can't just like pin anything. But if you're able to like borrow a hat or something, it's a very cool way to pin it on your profile. The next tip is following Roblox news on Twitter. So there's 3 accounts that I would suggest for Roblox news on Twitter. The first one is Bloxy News, which is the most popular one. I like Bloxy News a lot because they don't really post random stuff. It's mainly just updates that are very important to Roblox. I'd highly suggest turning on notifications for this, and I actually get a lot of my Roblox news from them. Then there's also trading news. So if you're a trader or you're just into limiteds and stuff, and this is also a very good account. They talk about like different items going up and down and like scams and just a lot of different stuff. So yeah, very good account if you're into trading. And then there's Roblox RTC. This is also a pretty cool account. This one does talk about like Roblox updates, but it also talks about like the RTC, so like drama and just general stuff going on in the Roblox Twitter community. So it's a little bit more random stuff compared to something like Bloxy News, but it's still pretty helpful. The next tip is a mistake that I see a ton of people make all the time, and this is with buying Robux. So if you don't currently have premium and you're spending $20 or less to buy Robux, like these 3 right here, then buying premium is actually a better deal than buying any of these 3 right here. So all 3 premium tiers are the exact same price as all of these right here, but they also give more Robux at the same price, and they give you premium on top of that for an entire month. So don't make that mistake of buying Robux instead of just getting premium.